I have a recurring dream that I think I might have told you about this at one point. I'm sure I would have at one point. And we've actually, I reckon we've laughed really heavily about it. It's when the bad guys are chasing me and I can fly.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know I told you about that?
Yeah.
I can like hover. No,
Okay.
not hover, I can glide.
Yeah.
So if I get enough speed up, and I've got to be fucking going. If I get enough speed up, and I've got to have some sort of a rampy setup or like a bit of a ledge.
Yeah.
Not like a cliff, but a ledge.
Yeah.
And if I get enough pace up, if I'm running full tilt, if I'm going flat knacker, I can glide. But then once I get in the air, due to the wind and a few factors and a bit of gliding skill, I can get away. I can effectively fly.
Okay.
But it's a full nightmare.
Is it?
Every time. At no point in time can I ever fly in any other dreams unless I've got like king of the bad guys and all his fucking goons and gangster squad just chasing me down.
So who are the bad guys? Like, do you know them or
Nah,
what do they look like?
Always the same. I don't know if I ever see them in the dreams.
Shit.
You know, it's always the same people that are trying to get me.
Wow.
You know, and this has been a recurring dream for about 10 years.
Really?
And I reckon it was due to the fact that I used to sell drugs a little bit back in the day. You know, I feel like that's what it is. I feel like
Why do you think they're bad guys?
because, well, when you're doing shit like that, when you're fucking around in that kind of world, like you're breaking the law and you're doing, it's not a positive impact on society. So I've always probably, because no one really knew about that, too much, and I nearly got busted with some drugs one time, and like no one really knew, and I never came out. So it's always been like pretty tightly kept, secret that I did it for a bit. And I think the fact that it's always been like a secret of mine, I guess, it feels like I'm forever holding on to that secret, And this is probably the most I've talked about it ever before on
Live television,
on a podcast or whatever.
Yeah,
I may have alluded to it before, or maybe dropped it a very small mention, maybe. But I think
I think the first episode we ever did, you said there was like 3 things you wouldn't talk about, and like the first 10 episodes you spoke about 2 of them. I think this is the 3rd one. I think it was something like that.
The old Ladyboy run-in.
The Ladyboy run-in was another one.
That was famous in episode 87 or whenever it was.
Point 1. Straight into it. I'm not going to talk about it. The
second one was.
Yeah. Something like that though,
Yeah, it was. I think that was one of them maybe, yeah. Yeah. Because my nan listens to every show.
She does.
Yeah, I know.
She does.
Sorry, Nan.
Oh,
I'm a good bloke.
You should sell to her, mate.
Yeah. Nan loved the
loves a cat
back in the day. Yeah. But I think analysing that dream, I feel like, and I don't know what I would have to do to actually move on from this fucking dream, but it's genuinely been with me for 10 years, and it's just every time I close my eyes and I go through that, I have a harrowing 8 hours.
Yeah.
Always heart rate just. Oh, you know what a nightmare is, I guess. I don't have to explain it. Like heart rate pumping and just sweating and just like, and then it's never left me, and I've always just felt maybe the bad guys are the good guys. I can't really remember right now, but everyone's hunting me down and they're going to get me, whether it's like. It is the police, maybe, and they're the good guy, or whoever. I'm getting hunted. That's kind of what it is. So, and it's interesting because, I've never done any dream analysis. I've never done any dream journaling or whatever, anything like that. I've written down my thoughts in a journal, obviously, but I've never gone to it. But if I really thought about it, for sure, that's what it would. That's what it would.
Well, I mean, you could look at it 2 ways. I think sometimes the best things we can do in life are integrating pattern interrupts into the way we live, So, like, just go a different way home, see how that... It's so easy to fall into habits, fall into the unconscious program. And I think, like, the mind works in a similar way. Like, if you started to explore... If you just change the scope there, because it sounds like you're trying to run away, and then you hit this place of just pure freedom, and you're like, fuck yeah, I got rid of it. Could it be, perhaps, and I don't know because I just don't know, but you finding that freedom is actually the ignorance and the disillusion of the own world you've created. But what you could actually do is turn around and face the bad guys who are actually trying to reintegrate you into society. And that would find the balance. Because one of the things that the dream analysis talk about is that all you need to stop having those dreams is conscious awareness of essentially what they mean. So if you keep having this dream, yada, 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 and then you begin to write it down, because essentially like diary writing is having a conversation with yourself from an objective standpoint. You're writing your thoughts down. If you are not your thoughts, which we know that we're not our thoughts, who is the one talking to the thoughts? Well, that's the awareness. That's the observer of the thoughts. Then you can keep going deeper into that. But thoughts are these things that come from fucking nowhere in response of trying to understand shit that, in layman's terms, shit that nearly killed us or made us really scared. And thoughts are fascinating, man. They're like we think in a language and in pictures that have been given to us by society, all that stuff. Everything that we see is society. They're not our own thoughts, So it's just the mind trying to put that in a safe place so that if that shit happens again, it'll know what to do.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.